Hi everyone, I'm beginning with a positive forecast. So, according to the latest report by the World Economic Forum, by 2030, due to global macro trends, there will be 170 million jobs that will be created. And one of those macro trends is, of course, AI. Now, there will be only 90 million that are going to be displaced. So while there will be a lot of upskilling and reskilling, the outlook is positive for a net increase in employment. And actually, Humans in the Loop is a company that very much illustrates how humans can be working alongside AI. Tess, I'm so happy that you're here.
Likewise, Zdravete. I'd like to kick off by thanking Forbes Bulgaria for having me here and for giving us the opportunity to share the work that our humble organization, Humans in the Loop, does.
Tell us about the work that you
Yeah, so Humans in the Loop is an award-winning hybrid social enterprise founded in 2017 with the vision of a young woman fresh out of Columbia University, Eva Gomnishka, whom you've met, I believe, and some of you might know, with the vision to connect conflict-affected people and vulnerable communities towards digital work. Our goal, our core goal, is to provide dignified work opportunities to those who need them the most as an alternative to reliance on humanitarian aid. So referencing to your World Economic Forum forecast of AI replacing jobs and conversely creating new jobs, one of the increasingly popular jobs created by machine learning and AI is being a professional human in the loop, right? Why? Because evidently, AI still needs human input to deal with the biases, the ethics, and just the complexities of our human society. So the term human in the loop in the machine learning space is actually a model or a system, if you will, that requires human interaction. So imagine a machine not doing what it's supposed to do or not being able to solve a problem. So then it needs human intervention. So that process creates a continuous feedback loop, hence the term human in the loop. Currently, in the machine learning space, the need or the demand for gold standard human annotated data used in traditional machine learning pipelines is very, very high. And as more and more companies start adopting to machine learning ops infrastructure and processes, that demand becomes even bigger. So we function as a B2B service provider where our clients are large major AI companies that reach out to us to process and validate their data to help improve their AI models.
Here, I want to highlight the fact that not everybody can be your client. Talk to us about that.
Correct. So the thing is, like, you obviously, as a social impact company, we are very conscientious and also have a very stringent policies on the projects that we work on. For example, we don't engage in content moderation. We don't expose our beneficiaries to explicit or harmful content. We don't engage in contracts for the government, military, and surveillance contracts because of the profile of our cohorts, our beneficiaries.
So we can definitely say that you're bridging the world of technology and the world of social impact.
Correct.
Why do you do that?
Yeah, so which is not an easy feat, right? So it's very difficult, and I giggle about it because it's a question that I always find difficult to answer. It also requires a careful balance between impact and sustainability. So for us, it's very important that we also impose ethical AI measures. Now, why is ethical AI important? And I love talking about this because currently, I'm sure everyone is familiar that AI is being maliciously being used. So perfect examples are deepfakes or autonomous weapons, or even manipulative algorithms, right? So this kind of practices require some kind of guardrails or safeguard measures. And without ethical AI measures, we risk influencing or reinforcing our prejudice and our biases, which can also influence decisions around jobs, healthcare, education, justice, and many other systems that processes data with the use of artificial intelligence algorithms.
Okay, let's talk about the fact that you both have a non-profit foundation and you work as a for-profit company. How does this work, and how do you not lose the balance to be able to scale the company at the end of the day?
Yeah, no, good. That's a good question. So, again, it's not an easy task. You always have to think like, do we go for profit or do we go for our core mission? But given the profile of our cohort, so first I'll start with obviously our core team is a group of diverse 15 people from different countries, different backgrounds, most of which actually started as our trainees, and then now, and then annotators, and then now are employees of the company. These are, refugees, asylum seekers, people affected by conflict in countries from Syria, Afghanistan, Lebanon, what have you, right? So when bridging that, social impact and then also addressing, technology needs or AI annotation needs, it's not easy because currently the market is also undergoing a shift and also like a contraction, a contraction or a shrinkage, let's put it that way, because of many reasons: automation, the rise of emerging technologies like generative AI, agentic AI. So all of these emerging technologies is also affecting the market. On top of this, project opportunities are also affected and dwindling because the market becomes increasingly saturated. I'll give you an example. So there are a lot of vendors in Southeast Asia doing exactly the same thing, but they offer extremely low rates, often below minimum wage, and do not adhere to fair labor standards. Now, the problem with that is, it results and has led to a lot of, what do we call it, like cases of worker exploitation, and also a lot of legal action. So at Humans in the Loop, we uphold fair working conditions and fair pay. So when we connect our beneficiaries towards digital work, we ensure that they get their payment in a timely fashion, secure, and legal way.
To be fair, that's actually one of the big problems in the industry, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like many American AI companies have been really criticized about their low pay, not paying on time. Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the things as well, and that's also affecting the market, because not only because of competition. So first, we're competing with this price-driven environment. Second, EU-based social enterprises or vendors like us also have to comply with very stringent regulatory frameworks. And that imposes like rigorous standards around data handling and AI governance. And these requirements actually deter a lot of large AI companies and US-based clients because they find that it's not only cheaper, but easier to work with vendors in either Southeast Asia or outside of the EU who are not subject to these regulatory frameworks, if that makes sense.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah, because all of our engagements are subject to GDPR, subject to EU AI Act regulations. So yeah, it makes it tough.
Okay, I read in a few journals that the Humans in the Loop market is supposed to grow over the next 5 years. Do you feel that? Because you've been telling me the exact opposite right now.
Yeah, so again, as I mentioned, yes, it's growing, and that prediction or projection from the World Economic Forum is accurate in the sense that, because that projection does not only reflect one singular niche like manual annotation, what it does reflect are other jobs in the broader AI ecosystem where high-skilled, high-level skills and specialized expertise are growing, the demand for them. So I'll give you an example. I'm sure you've never heard of a job called synthetic data specialist, right?
Actually, I have.
There's one that I came across 2 months ago that I found really fun. Conversational AI designer, right? So these are...
We're going to AI partners at this point.
Exactly.
With this sentence.
So these are jobs that barely existed 6 to 8 years ago. But this also illustrates that how the AI is reshaping or transforming the job landscape, not by preserving legacy tasks, but by creating entirely new categories of work.
Okay, we have a minute. I want to ask you finally, is there a message that you want to leave our audience with? And what is next for Humans in the Loop? Since we outlined all of the challenges that you're facing, how are you tackling them?
Yeah, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to, send a message out. So, if you'll indulge me, I'd like to share, the simple call to action that Humans in the Loop will always have. I'd like to encourage everyone to please try to refrain viewing refugees and people affected by conflict as a burden. Try to view them as people with skills, potential, and ambition. The problem of displacement or solving that problem is not, humanitarian aid alone is not enough. So let's help them and view them as people who also have rights to professional fulfillment. So because we all have, business people here, decision makers here, I would like to invite you guys to also think about or to talk about forging opportunities to bring business and impact together. Your support towards social enterprises like us, having our core mission, is critical to solving this problem. I encourage you all to work with us, speak to us, and create meaningful impact with us together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tess.
Cheers.